Hi, everybody. Welcome to my desk. For the last couple of days, I have not been wearing my eyebrows or any makeup, so I figured I'd go ahead and try a little bit of that today. And I think I just went cross-eyed because I was looking down at my glasses. This video is gonna go in and around and back out of some interesting things. So please stay with me. I promise to make it worth your while. But this all came to me. Oh, and we've got our trusty little crystal here, aragonite star cluster. Gosh, I love it. The earth healer. So, today I woke up and I was like, what day is it? And I was thinking a question that I've often asked myself. What am I really good at? What am I really good at? I have definitely been known as jack of all trades, master of none, because my attention span is like beep, boop, boop. Never been diagnosed with ADD, but I'm sure there's a tiny bit of it in there. But I have a very inquisitive mind, right? So I thought of it and I was like, well, I'm really good at getting to the root of things. Like Chris Farley once said on Saturday Night Live, I don't leave my scabs alone. Like I dig and I dig and I dig. And not sorry. So, and a lot of you will know that if you're an empath, such as myself, people will come to you and just spill their guts about their life story. Sometimes horrific things that they've dealt with, and you are shocked, but you go, okay. And you just listen and you receive it and you do your very best to help them because they obviously are asking you in some form or fashion. So I thought, okay, I'm good at I'm good at dragging the truth out of pain. Any painful situation, pain in a person, pain in a situation. It's weird, but it's true, right? So I was like, that's what I'm good at. And I have been told that I've written notes here because you guys, I've had coffee. I'm just saying, in my goddess cup. Let's have a little more. Yes. I've been told I can oversimplify complicated issues. But that's good. I think that's good, don't you? In a way, right? So how is that good? Because complicated is no longer okay. It's no longer allowed for me personally, in my own mind, in my body, in my soul, which, by the way, this was chosen on purpose. This tank top is very important. And we're going to get to that a little bit later. So please stick with me. Grab your favorite beverage, the other adult beverage, lemon water. Or whatever. I also like tequila, silver, if you please. At this point, though, in my life, authenticity is all I care about, right? That's it. It's the only real value any of us has. Okay? So who are you? Like, who are you? Not the person who exists on the earth. I mean, like, the real you in there, that soul, that thing that is just constantly calling out for you to hear it. How do you find it? You stop looking outside of yourself. You sit. That's the beauty of what we're being forced to do right now. Sit still and go inward, and you'll find your answers through mindfulness, prayer, meditation, deep breathing. Sometimes, you guys, the word will pop right in front of my closed eyes, and I'll go, oh my God, that's amazing. Or I'll just like sense, like they say, your higher self is talking to you, and I'll sense a feeling, but it really is like a phrase that's literally telling me the answer to my question, whatever it is I'm asking. So I'm just encouraging that, see a beautiful life for yourself, your loved ones, feel what that feels like. This is the whole key that the ancients have been telling us forever and ever and ever, but the evil ones don't want us to know. This whole plan's backfired on them, though, in a way, because now they're forcing us to do just that. Score one for good. Okay, so the whole idea behind this video is to, when you enter this beautiful realm of consciousness, okay, and you can really feel and see who you truly are, then we're going to have to like make sure we stand firm in knowing that we're not a slave. Because right now, being under lockdown is enslavement. Now, I know I'm going to lose a bunch of y'all right there. That's fine, okay? This channel is to prompt critical thinking paired with intuition and heart, okay? What about love? I'm going to interject songs every once in a while too, because hello, Melody. Did I choose my name or did my name choose me? I don't know. She should stop with coffee though. All right, so here we go. Holding love and gratitude in your hearts. That's it. Not fear, love and gratitude. So moving forward, I typed a bunch of stuff yesterday because I was on fire again. Now, this time it started off kind of not so good on fire. Before I meditated, some of you have already seen the video. I put it on, what do you call it? The other link, not public. Blah, 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 can't think of it. You know it. So because I was like dropping F-bombs. In fact, the title of the video is called Dropping F-bombs, Irony, and Judgment. Because I sat out on my patio to do some meditating, and this is something that has just been such a mind-blowing conundrum for me forever. There were a team of leaf blowers outside, and it's not just the noise that's irritating, because it is, like, it's a horribly irritating noise. It's also the fact that they were blowing them around and just rearranging them and not putting them in bags, not doing anything like, oh, let's make compost out of this for later. No, they were just blowing them around off to the side and getting the cars all dirty, whatever. That one time it happened to me while I was in my car in LA, and I just sat there and did laser beam eyeballs at them, and they were like, she's crazy. Anyway, the whole point of it was, I decided, that's like a metaphor. That's a metaphor for what's happening in the world right now, right? Let's pretend the leaf blowers are the media, and they're just going, and we all, in the midst of all of this, have to pick a leaf that makes sense and store that away and go, that's my knowledge of it. That's truth. And I say, it's not true. So there's that. I'm going to move forward and look at my notes. You guys, I have to, because I really was on fire yesterday. I love how the collagen in my body is like, I'm so tired. Whatever. So, it's not a thing to be ashamed of, right? I was angry. I was feeling aggressive and helpless. I was feeling angry and helpless. And you know what? I realized that same feeling, all those feelings, that same frustration is the same frustration that you're all feeling, right? We're all feeling different things constantly. Are we not? Up and down, up and down. It's impossible to not feel it. And some days it's like this energy of being in the woods and something's out there, but you can't see it. And there's this impending doom, and that is calculated. Many of you who watch my channel now, and thank you so much for subscribing, know that this is all, I'm not saying people aren't sick and dying, but this is all fear-driven. It's fear-driven. So I've spoken a lot, actually, about letting go of fear, and we should. But that's easier said than done, is it not? It is. So let's just walk right through something that scares the heck out of pretty much all of us. Death, right? Is that the ultimate thing we should fear? Death. Let's talk about it. All right. So I've heard those people who have died and crossed over say that death is nothing to be afraid of. That is simply a transmutation of energy. The body is finished, but the soul continues on in energetic form. I mean, this is what they say. I've mentioned it before in another video. I died, life after life, death after whatever, life after afterlife, life to afterlife. I died, now what? There you go. Not going to edit that. Moving forward. So to be honest with you guys, I literally am no longer afraid of death. I'm not. In fact, they say like right before you die, you feel no pain. And regardless of your religious preference or preference to not be religious at all, why does everybody see that same white light? Think about it, huh? I love raising Arizona. Moving forward. So it's a chemical thing, but I think it's also a soul thing. I really intuitively feel that. So even if you don't believe in prayer, now is the perfect time to ask the universe. Let's just ask the energetic law of energy, the universe. Let's ask the universe to help you and those you love find wisdom, discernment, and peace. Those are some good things to ask for in the midst of all this crazy leaf blowing crap. Oh, golly, I've got to plug in my laptop. Give me a moment. Okay. I should have planned for that. All right. That's right. I'm a grandmother and I dress like a teenager. Continuing forward. Oh, that hurt a little bit. So, moving on. There are way too many indoctrinated people in the world. Too many are busy thinking instead of being, right? Again, ancient wisdom, you guys. What I demonstrated in my short F-bomb video was me overthinking. It was me overthinking. There was nothing healthy about it, but at least I was being honest. And again, the damn leaf blowers are horribly annoying. But it was just rattling everything in me, right? So I realized later it was a great metaphor for what's going on in the world, on and on. Now, second point I want to talk about is I decided to leave Facebook once again. I had only been on there for a month after not being on there for 3 years because I couldn't handle the political divide and conquer. It was just ridiculous then. But now look what's happening. Another divide and conquer, another one, and it is criminal, more criminal than we've ever seen. And I feel like it's going to get even worse if we all don't get our collective shit together. And I'm not lecturing you. I've just had my goddess coffee. Excuse me. So, golly, that's good. Don't forget your coconut oil. I don't even know if you can see it in there, but yeah, there's some coconut oil in there. Antiviral, it's so good for you. Heart healthy, brain needs fat. Don't listen to American Heart Association. Money, money, money. Money. Fear, fear, fear. All right, so here's what my post said. I'm going to go as fast as I can. This is going to be my last post, all caps. I'm sure many will be pleased. Are you a Democrat? Don't care. Are you a Republican? Still don't care. Are you a good person who's tired of watching everyone fight over what's right and what's wrong? Do you sometimes find yourself questioning what's really happening in the world? Do you truly care? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be truly free? Great. Please then hear this. Many of the psychopaths in charge of our cities, states, countries, and the world don't give a damn about any of us, which I've also fallen into. Oh, wait, I'm fast forwarding. This one document below proves that once again, we are being manipulated. It was created years ago and has been going exactly according to plan so far. Want proof? Watch the video. I'm going to link everything I'm talking about here, you guys. This video is going to rattle your cage, but hopefully in a good way, to wake up. We can either be aggressively docile and sit behind our keyboards, proving we know better than the next person, which I have also fallen into. Or we can actually utilize our free will and free thinking minds to put our egos aside and truly listen to what our soul is telling us. because that never lies. It's a gift we were all born with. It is time to listen to it in silence. Good or evil. Those are the only two choices we have ever had. Pick one. So the video, I will link it below, is called What in the World is Actually Going On? Document Reveals Plans Step by Step. You guys, it's twisted, but get your love in your soul. Get ready. You got to know both sides. It's just universal law. There is no good without evil. There is no bad without good. There is no smart without dumb. Blah, blah, blah. Like it's universal law, balance. Okay. So, and I'd also seen a video the night before, which is very eye-opening, done by a guy named Joan, which I will also link. But the main reason I decided to leave Facebook again was seeing how certain people revel in the need to be right. Now, my posts weren't always warm and fuzzy because I felt we had no time for that, right? And by this point, it was April 16th, we learned China did admit to creating this virus in the Wuhan lab, something many people already knew, whether they were digging for info or simply following the breadcrumb trail that communism leaves behind. Yeah, I could see, even if my intentions were good, that I too was needing to be right. I totally fell for it. So an example of that will be my last conversation with someone who's been on my Facebook friends list for several years. He's in the entertainment industry like I used to be. I chose to bail. And that was a childhood dream, you guys. That is a big, big deal. My soul called me out to LA in my 40s when Hollywood doesn't. Hollywood takes women in their past their 20s and goes, you're not pretty enough. You're not this, you're not that, you're not. And I'm like, I knew, like, bullshit. My peers were like, you need to go. You need to go now. You're good. So I said, okay. And then my soul went, oh my God, it's on the ground in little pieces. And my son was with me going through puberty. It was so many lessons for each of us, but he wanted to be there. And I love him dearly for he's got just as much strength and courage as his mom, if not more. You'll see. So, So yeah, last conversation with someone who's been on my list for years. I had recently posted something that said, it was a purple looking meme with a syringe, and maybe you've seen it. Why didn't everything shut down in 2009 when the swine flu infected 57 million people in the US and killed 12,469 people? Okay, so a few people agreed with that. One person came to offer stats. Many people agreed with that. And then there was this guy that I mentioned a moment ago. Now, I'm not going to slam him. I'm just going to lay it out, and then I'm going to try to wrap that part up with some healthy love. Interesting backstory, though. I have to say this backstory. When my son and I came back from LA with little money and nearly broken souls and a little bit of hope, that person had reached out to me on social media because I had started this little housekeeping service. I was literally scrubbing toilets to feed me and my kid, whatever. I was doing it in LA towards the end, and then I did it when I came back because I'm really good at cleaning, so why not? So I was really grateful. I was super grateful that he asked me for my services. Now, their house wasn't small, you guys. It took me 6 hours on average to clean that house because maybe I was a little bit too much of a perfectionist. But I really, I cleaned everything. One day they came home and they're like, the wife was like, why are you doing the windows? And there were these tall, panoramic windows. And I was like, well, they're dirty. She's like, no, we have someone else that does those. And I was like, oh, okay. I just wanted to clean. I loved shiny stuff. All right. So, but I noticed, looking back, that I also allowed myself to be underpaid for the amount of work I was doing, at least by $40, maybe $50. But clearly my self-worth had almost been dwindled to nothing after coming back from that whole adventure. in LA, and I hear that happens to people more often than not. But it was a great lesson. And again, I know wonderful people out there. Okay, so just that was my story. So it was a great lesson. But looking back, I suppose I was willing to be paid less than what my services were worth, because I was trying to keep my name as an actress in good standing with a fellow industry person. But that's something that I could absolutely care less about now. Okay, that dream is sailed, and I'm all the better for it. So if you have not seen Out of Shadows, Dr. Buttar keeps telling people about it. Definitely go watch that. It has gained immense popularity. Share it with everyone. It will open your eyes completely. So fast forward to my recent post. In the last 4 weeks, I came on pretty much on fire, and I would catch myself, then I'd hold back, then I'd go back again, and all with good intention, but I've always approached it that way. Usually though, I would be like, don't forget how awesome you are today, because that's my heart. But this is a different situation, you guys. It's time to put our big boy and big girl pants on, because there's a lot of BS in the air, not just virus. So, and again, not undermining anyone who's died. That is not my heart. Let me make that clear. No one's death should be unappreciated, unacknowledged. And I go to say that. So when this particular person whose house I used to clean, joined in on the conversation, he instantly used phrases with coffee. He instantly used phrases like basic math, 5th grade math. Is it really this hard to understand? Conspiracy theories. A coined term, by the way, by the CIA to keep us all yet again divide and conquered. Many of you know that already. And another word he used was irresponsible. I've also heard that word from another person in another video where I was talking about it, basically trying to diagnose me on social media, claiming to have known me for 20 years. That's not true. This person does not know me, has not known me for 20 years. We met maybe that long ago, or mid-90s, right? And I'm nowhere near the same person now that I was then. She was sweet, but she was asleep. Even though she was always looking for answers, I'm talking about me. Okay, so there's that. My favorite one though, he said, you just don't understand the way numbers and statistics work. Yeah, and that was from, I'm gonna call him Stat Guy now. Sounds condescending to me. All those things sound condescending. So there I was, I had to defend myself. Again, I don't disagree, people are dying. It's horrible what's been happening, horrible. But if we wanna talk about basics, I was basically trying to engage critical thinking paired with intuition and simply prompt the question of whether or not all the numbers of deaths being reported are actually true, okay? And why is there so much fear this time? That's a good question. Everyone's going off statistics being reported, and then we see those numbers increase after many deaths were reclassified as COVID-19. I just said the word. I'm not being monetized, and I don't plan on it. I'm only talking from my heart and my brain. That's driven by my heart. So why is that? Why are they reclassified? And then I saw a video by Dr. Scott Jensen, several videos reporting that hospitals were getting $13,000 for admissions and $39,000 for ventilator use. So that's suspect, is it not? Money, money, money. I mentioned how I have a serious concern with those numbers. So then another person who's a total sweetheart came on that same thread and said he had serious concerns about adding more chaos and doubt to already existing chaos, fear, and sadness with conspiracy theories and way oversimplified memes like the one I used, and that propagating these things to further encourage those people to question the little we do know about what's happening while it's happening can only cause more harm. There's no love in posts like this. No good can come from them right now. Now, that made sense to me. That made sense to me. And I kind of heard it from the person before who claims to know me for 20 years. She's heart driven as well. I can see that. And so is this guy. But it was a balanced approach. And even though he had previously pasted all that stat info that's out there, while I read it and acknowledged it, I did not respond or like it, even though I felt exactly where he was coming from. But there were two reasons why. You guys, everything is a learning experience. One, there is no love. There is no love in what's happening to all of us right now. It is a crime, and it is a crime against all of us. I think there's a card game called Crimes Against Humanity. Is that right? It is a crime against humanity. Make no mistake. And the other reason, I realized that I had become so caught up in a battle of the mind with Stat Guy, the one whose toilets I once scrubbed and floors I once mopped with every bit of my heart and my energy, a guy who seemed so hell-bent on either reprimanding me or making me look stupid in front of everyone, or both, I don't know. But that's how intelligent I am, because I saw right through it. Now, then I realized I got sucked into the game of also having the need to be right. Okay? So he came back at me a couple more times. I knew he would, with more math, of course, saying, I'll just point out one more way you got the math wrong. Then opposing the formula I used as an example of a worldwide estimate of 7 billion, but basically saying the same thing I was, just using lesser numbers, since the whole world has not been infected yet, he said. For me, that felt fear-based, but he's making a point based on the stats, right? Touche, I replied. I could see he was going to keep hitting me, you guys, with the numbers until I caved. And all I could think in that moment was the only way any of us can know the real numbers is if we personally have the unfortunate job of counting bodies ourselves. But we don't have that job, nor would we want to have that job. So we have to rely on the media, which was my overall point, that are the numbers we're being told warranting all the fear imposed by the government based on what I had posted previously. So by this time, another person on my friends list posted the Michael Jackson GIF file of him in the Thriller video eating popcorn. GIF, whatever. So I'm a grammar nerd. I still can't figure that one out. It's GIF. Anyway, I could feel my energy being depleted by this point, which maybe you're feeling your own right now, but I swear it's going to get better. Hang in there. It was like a vampire took all my blood, right? So I replied back to Stat Guy with a quote by Mark Twain. And I had a little assistance with this one. There are three kinds of lies. Lies, damned lies, and statistics. And I finally ended my part of the conversation by saying the following. I see you defaulted to using subjective numbers yourself. I guess we'll have to wait and see how this all plays out. I really hope it's on the smaller end of the scale, as no death is insignificant. And you know how you can like or, put angry or smiley or a heart on a comment? That's what he gave me. Heart. Can you do the heart? He gave me a heart. Now, that last part, who would disagree with that? No death is insignificant. But again, it was a great lesson for me in that moment, because I was also judging him. And I'm wiser than that. My soul is wiser than that. I was choosing my own reality and fighting someone who clings on to statistics in order to prove that everything in my soul is telling me we are being manipulated. He believes his argument just as passionately as I believe mine. We're seeing it out there everywhere, even with our own family members. I mean, he had good intentions somewhere in there. I know he did, but passion needs to be asserted from our hearts, not our egos. That's the difference. Your heart is just your heart. Your ego is thought-driven. And that means anything negative: fear, judgment, hate, anxiety. So I know I'm not the only one honoring my passion or intuition. I've been on this path for a while, but LA really kicked it into serious overdrive for me. And right now, in the midst of everything going on, we are seeing the great awakening is occurring. So yay, the great awakening. Some will see, just not see, but see. Some will just see it and some won't. And of course, the ones who care about the most, we want them to see as well, but they may not right away or ever, which makes me very, very, very worried and sad. We don't want it. We don't want any more division. So now I take time personally every day, and I still visualize and feel gratitude for everyone, to just see what's happening, like the Great Awakening, right? I see them receiving the healing they need, because it is deplorable and unfathomable what's been happening to us all for a very long time. But the key is to feel. I'm a little jacked up on coffee. Hold, please. It's like wine tasting, but it sounds like a bong. You guys remember, I can't handle weed, so I'm not going to smoke. But once upon a time, I could hit it. Anyway, that's it. Just like the media is trying to get us to feel fear, which is proven to lower the immune system. It is proven to weaken the immune system. We need to start right where we are in our own body, mind, and soul, and fight back with the brightest freaking love we can put out. Quantum physics, you can't argue with. It's energy. Everything is energy. Nobody can argue with energy. Which energy do you choose? Fear, love. It's that simple. Good, evil, fear, love. Okay, now we're getting to the fun stuff. Okay. So visualize and feel yourself being free. This is not a joke. Manipulate your own vessel for good. Manipulate it for good. Oh, I'm on fire. This is the fun part, right? You will get so high on life. It's so amazing. Do the same for all the children as well, who are continually being enslaved by sex trafficking and other heinous crimes. Even if you don't care for kids, let me just remind you, once upon a time, you were a kid. You came out of your mommy's JJ, okay? So you have to admit that this crime alone, that one crime alone, sex trafficking, is disturbing at best. It's despicable. It's pure freaking evil is what it is. And if any of you watching are into that kind of crap, then I invite everyone who is not to double and triple and quadruple up on their energetic healing for those completely lost souls, because look, you don't even have to be religious. Prayers are energetic healing. That's it. You don't have to be religious. It's energetic healing. An atheist could be dying in the hospital, and a bunch of people praying for that atheist can heal them. On some level, it's energetic, intentional healing directed right at a situation, a person, whatever. Maharishi effect. That's another one. Okay, moving forward. I'm so excited. All right. So no more divide and conquer, you guys. No more allowing any level of evil to win. That is their favorite energy, is fear. Evil loves fear. Remember my other video where I was like, we're all born perfect and beautiful, and metaphorically we're like little pieces of clay, right? Perfect. And then life happens and it goes, look what I made. No. We're gonna remake ourselves, okay? Look at my big old man hands. Boom. All right, here we go. Slow down on the coffee. But if we're ever in the forest and we don't have an axe and we need to cut down a tree for firewood, which I don't want to cut down trees, I love trees, but if you need a tree, I got you. Okay. I love all of me now. Ain't no shame. No more shame. Okay, so that's it. Fear is an energy that evil craves. It's vital to not get pulled into that feeling. It is just as contagious as any other contagion, but so is love. Time for everyone to become a freaking love warrior. Now, bear with me, okay? Nothing can be healed unless we see that the pain is there first, okay? We cannot pretend that there is not inequity in the world. Again, the balance of the universe, yin yang, grasshoppers. But just like love, truth is also an energy. Love and truth. If you have truths that continually hold you down, feel your way through them. Just go right into it. Be brave. Be brave. Cry, purge, snot, curl up in a little ball. Be brave. Face that shit. Because here's why. Don't avoid it. Go through it. Then you forgive yourself. See yourself in that moment, right? That moment where whatever that painful event was, and show that part of you as much love as you can, because that part of you is not who you are. That was a thing that happened to you, but that is no longer a part of you, or that is no longer you. It is a part of you. Excuse me. None of us are damaged goods. I speak from my own experiences, you guys, and I can tell you I've held on to shit for way too long. And then without even knowing it, until one day after meditation, I was like, oh my God, I'm teaching my kids how to hold on to resentment. Holy shit. Oh my God, I'm teaching my own kids how to hold on to pain through my own modeling, right? Forgive yourself, see yourself in the moment of whatever that painful event was. Show that part of you as much love as you can, and then let that shit go. I gotta stop cussing, but I'm purging. It feels good. Let it go. And if you can't find the strength to love yourself, then the rest of us will send love straight at you. All right? Just ask and it will be done. All right? Collective consciousness. Collective consciousness. If someone watching this video is in pain, then say something, even if you're afraid to directly say, I feel like I'm dying on the inside, which a lot of people are, just emotionally and spiritually. This is spiritual warfare. Again, I'm not religious, but it is spiritual warfare. The human spirit is being squashed. So if you need help, then let's all warrior it up and energetically heal someone out there, because we are all connected. I don't care what color you are. I don't care who you love. I don't care about any of your preferences in life. Your soul is worth healing, even if you are evil. Now, that's a tough one. So I'm going to get to that. Get to know who you are. We talked about that. It's a practice. This mindfulness and deep breathing is a practice that's been proven throughout time over and over to heal. That's our last hope. That's literally our last hope, you guys. Since we're being made to just sit still, use your best weapon. Love. It sounds so cheesy, but it's not. I am, pardon my language, I am fucking serious right now. Okay, that's the only F-bomb I'm going to drop. I'm really trying not to do that anymore, but that was important in that moment. Lack of collagen said, yes. Okay, so everywhere we go, there we are. Everywhere we go, there we are. So do we want to be lost, or do we want to be free? Which reminds me, as I was typing this, I was like, remember the badass song by En Vogue? Free your mind and the rest will follow. Yes. And then I was like, woo, putting on my eyebrows. And I was like, that leads me into the next song. I don't know where I'm going with this, but back to life, back to reality, back to the here and now, yeah. Look up the lyrics to that one. Look up the lyrics. Your soul is begging you for your permission to let it guide you. That's right. See how the coffee works for me? And then all of a sudden I started hearing PM Dawn. Oh, I love this song. And it's a love song, right? But then I thought, well, what if it's a love song in this context, right? It's my turn to hold you by your hands, dude. Tell you I love you and you not hear me. Ooh. Is it my turn to totally understand? To watch you walk out of my life and not do a damn thing? Oh, shit. Die without you. Don't let your soul die. Die without you. Okay, that's all I got right there. So, life is short, you guys. I'm almost done. We're seeing it now more than ever. Find your inner peace, your happiness, and please don't judge the ones you already have. Look to them as an example. That's how you lift each other. Love is so much more powerful than hate. It's been scientifically measured that the heart is 5,000 times stronger than the mind. Use that. Use that. Use it. Okay, I started to go into another song, but that's an inappropriate one. Use it. Get out the way. Never mind. Adult beverage time. You see that? I had to pull a tooth. I need to get another one in there. Okay. Now, let's see. One more thing. Oh, so you don't have to wear patchouli and white flowers in your hair and, all that to find self-love. I had to make that point. Just be who you are with love, but you do have to exercise your most powerful gift of all that you were born with, and that is free will, glasshoppers. Free will. Now, with that, I will end with go energetically slay with nothing but pure love in your badass spiritual warrior hearts. Peace out. Stop with the coffee.